We're here with Chef Randy and Phil Zur from Ruth Chris Steakhouse. Why am I always here on the best day? You know what I mean?
It's not an accident.
It's planning.
It really is. It's wonderful.
So you have a
gentlemen.
pairing for us.
Yes.
Actually, we just came in. We're trying to show a couple different grades that we have of steaks that we have in the restaurant. Where we have a T-bone, we have our porterhouse, we have 2 different ribeyes. We actually have 3 different ribeyes in the restaurant, 4 different ribeyes. One's a tomahawk, it's 40 ounces.
They
we have
look
the cowboy.
beautiful.
Yeah, thank you very much.
A 40-ounce steak.
40
Is there a
ounce steak,
contest?
40-ounce steak. It is tonight if you want to come in and try it out.
Look, I'm already there.
So actually, a couple of the bone-ons that we have too is the strip, the bone-in strip, the bone-in fillet, and basically the strip and the fillet is the same thing as getting the best of both worlds on the porterhouse. So you have a strip and a fillet on the porterhouse, and that's about where you're getting this 11-ounce beautiful guy right here.
Wow. Obviously, cooking techniques are different, right? For each
cooking techniques are different. Ruth Chris actually made a broiler that cooks at 1800 degrees. That's actually how we get our nice char on our steaks, and how it just we only use salt and pepper. That's it. She believed the best thick steaks so that all the juice stays in, all the moisture stays in, and we actually use wet age steaks. So actually age for about 14 to 16 days for our tenderloin. And 24 to 28 days, I believe, for the rest of our steaks.
So if we don't have that 1800 degree
broiler, you do it slightly different. So
just get it installed.
Yes, just get it done.
You know you can do it.
But the things that you're going to be looking for is actually going to look into the steak, and you're going to look at the marbling of the steak, so which is all throughout the grains of the steak, and that's what's going to be your prime steaks, your USDA choice, or your select. Prime steaks is the only thing that we actually serve at Ruth Chris. And it's only 3% of USDA prime.
Well, let's fire up one of those babies.
Oh my gosh.
We'll take one of these.
Looking at it all
we'll go ahead and take one of these. We'll shape it off. You always want to shape it. I'm going to go ahead and put it down. Like I said, simple salt and pepper.
That's unbelievable.
We use sea salt.
I thought you had secret spices.
No. Just go with the flavor of the great meat we have.
We let the meat do the talking.
Let the meat do the talking. That's right.
It's at 1800 degrees.
This is not at 1800 degrees. I'm hoping it is hot enough, though. What we do is, if you're at home, add a little bit of olive oil to your butter, and it won't actually make as much smoke.
That's so good to know.
Olive oil you add to the butter.
A little bit of olive oil and butter, so it's perfect.
You got
a nice little, sizzle right there. And you're just going to go ahead and shape it and just kind of let it cook.
How long are you going to cook it?
You know what, and this is the battle. You never want to cook it over medium. My thought process on it, I'm a rare to mid-rare type because you get the true flavor of the steak, and since it is aged, you don't want to cook it any above medium at all.
Now, Randy, speaking of flavor, you brought Phil. Phil, you have, for every cut of meat, there's a different wine that we should be pairing.
Well, first and foremost, when it comes to wine, you should always drink what you like.
Okay.
The first question I ask as a sommelier is, what kind of wine do you like? And if they just know a specific name, that's enough for me to work off of and then find out what direction they want to go in. But the basic rules of wine is the weight of the protein, or the richness of the protein, has to do with what kind of wine you should have with it. So, for example, filet mignon, super tender, not very much fat. So you would go with a lighter wine that doesn't have too much tannin. So like a Pinot Noir is
Linda's
perfect.
got
All
a
right,
Pinot.
well, let's go through it. So you have this cut. What is this one again?
This is the filet mignon that
And
we
so
just
what
discussed.
should we drink with that?
That would be Pinot Noir would be ideal with that.
The one we have.
Okay.
And then
I guess that's for us.
and then
Matthew has the Malbec.
yes, and then the next step up, we have this wonderful Malbec Cabernet blend. We're going to pair that with the strip. And then our biggest tannic wine, the one that really has the cleansing tannins in it, would go with our ribeye, and that would be a Cabernet Sauvignon, something that it kind of cleanses the palate with all that butter and all that richness, and it's just better every bite.
It smells delicious. Randy, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining us, Phil. Matthew, always a pleasure to have you.
Great to be
Linda,
here.
we're so glad you're back.
I am
We'll be
too.
back tomorrow. Make sure to take some time and enjoy the Suncoast view. Cheers.